Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and today we're spotlighting Mahjong Pretty Girls Battle Schoolgirls Edition. So I just covered Mahjong Pretty Girls Battle, the default game, and this is exactly the same game except for the girls are different. It's the same strange menu system where you drag up to move the menus down. It's the same weird system where the text is all on top of each other. Even when it's in Japanese, it doesn't quite fit. Uh, no care was put into any of the Mahjong series of games from this company. They don't care, obviously, as far as just putting an interface. The how to play is the same. It doesn't really explain you how to play Mahjong, which we'll do another tutorial here. The credits here are for credits for things they use, not even credits for the things for the game itself. Here you can see it's not even displaying properly, which Slim DX probably sounds like something that was originally created to run on the Nintendo DX. The only thing that's different here is the girl selection. Let's see, rules and all of this is broken English at best, so your best bet here to try and figure out what they're even saying in English. And there's really nothing more. The achievements are exactly the same. Play the game 10 times, play the game 100 times, win the game 10 times, win up to 15 times for each of the characters for this internal achievement system. These games do have trading cards, it turns out, but they don't have Steam achievements, and so we could change the rule set if we wanted to, try to have some of these extra hands on, but I think just the default is for learners at the very beginning, at least. That's the best. Your records are all kept here. I haven't played any games on this version of it, so let's start. They're saying, all the girls are saying some pretty basic things like, see, she just said, "Teacher, good morning," which is a pretty well-known phrase, and that's why I understood it. But that's all they're saying, really, is just random basic statements that don't have anything to do with anything. So you have this character, 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 this character. It's kind of weird because in the original version of the game you had some schoolgirls anyways. Now they've just thrown in some more schoolgirls, and you probably can just assume that these are pre-purchased assets that somebody animated and sold. In fact, this one in particular I think I've seen somewhere before, and I guess I can applaud the game a little bit that they're not really overusing the same girls over and over again from Pretty Girls Mahjong Solitaire. These do look pretty different. So if I click her, when the calm characters, the computers play as this, it's the same settings as before. The first one is a neutral abilities, and we don't know what the 3 bars mean really. The second one is more into melding, which probably means that the bottom bar means their meld ability is higher, and the third one is into attacking, which probably means the middle one is defense, so it probably goes attack, defense, meld. But what does that really mean in the playing? So here we're drawing the 4 wins to see who goes first, and the person who draws east always goes first. And so I am south, this is north, this is west, this is east. It doesn't always work out the proper way. And this is Gin Rummy. If I didn't explain it properly, or if you didn't watch the previous recording, we're trying to get 3 groups of runs or matches of 3 plus 2 tiles that match. So this blank and this blank is actually a pretty good one to keep. I'll get rid of this, which is the red dragon symbol, and this is, I believe, the green dragon symbol right here. So we'll get rid of that. And see, you just every now and then get a picture of the other girls, and that's really their only interaction in the game. This screen is the real Mahjong game, and it works perfectly fine, and it looks like probably every other Mahjong game would ever look, because it really can't look that different. So here they're asking me if I want a pung, which this 9 of dots with this would make 3, and that's a pung. So I draw and put that there, and then we put it down the score, and we turn one sideways because we drew it, and now I have to discard. So 7, 8, 9 here connect. The 9 is glowing because having a 9 is extra score. It can either hurt or help your score depending on what you're trying to do. I think you have to have like 3 or 4 9s for it to help your score, and having no 9s, I think, helps. I should get rid of this 1 though, because it's in one of these sets of tiles that I don't have any other matches. What is weird is there really is no way to speed up or slow down gameplay as far as I can tell, and so the opponents just play instantly, which is fine because it doesn't really matter what the opponents do. You can have this running history of seeing what they did. Even the tiles that they played, the shadow is getting put there, and this is exactly how you discard in Mahjong, so that you can look, and I think it probably affects the score a little bit. So I'm going to get rid of this 3, and now I have an 8. So 6, 7, 8. That gives me a chow, a run of 3. And so then I should get rid of this. I need to get rid of these 2 wins though. Holding on to those is pretty crazy. And she just won. She drew the last bit she needed, the last piece, and this gives her a bonus tile of 6, which I don't know what the bonus tile really does, but I know if you play a Kong you get 1 more bonus tile, and that affects your score. So if this is an 8 here and it gets 1 double, and this says 40p 2 doubles, I don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, to win and for her victory, she put down 3 east winds as a pong. She drew 3 5s as a pong. She had a 7, 8, 9 as a chow. She had 7, 8, and 9 of the dots as a chow. And she had the 2 green dragons as the 2 matches. And that's the type of hands that you need to get. I'm in 2nd place, so I still have a decent chance to win in the remaining 3 rounds. But a lot of this has to do with strategy, and remember, you are playing against 3 other players, whether computer or otherwise, and so odds are not great that you're gonna always win and always succeed. You can't. Mahjong really isn't one of those games where you can just be an expert at it and beat the other players every single time, because there is an element of shuffling the tiles and just randomness in that. It is also worth mentioning that with all these large tiles, shuffling them is a little bit of a messier experience than shuffling a deck of cards. You put everything in the tile and then all 4 players are shuffle them usually. But it's kind of like shuffling dominoes. It's very much like that actually. Really? Did she? So she just throws in the bone and called, and I am really nowhere close to winning or making any match, so I should just do whatever I can do to try to get this to work. There you go. Pong. And so the other player lost. Ooh. So when you see slam, that means she played really, really good. She didn't get any tiles from any other player. So that is a call. And she called, which gives her 1 double, and she got all runs. So 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. The one matches, and then 3, 4, 5. That's a lot. A major score right there of 8,000 points. There's a slam and there's a grand slam. So calling gives her 1,000. The rest of that gave her 8,000. Trying to beat her now is going to be incredibly difficult. That was a major score. Now, I did play a Mahjong game that had I think it was called Lucky Mahjong or something, and it had this meter, and every time you lost, the meter would go up a little bit more. And so when the meter was full, you would be given a insanely lucky draw because the computer was just controlling it. And you could get like a grand slam victory on the first draw because the game was cheating in your favor. And that had a certain appeal to it because then you could see what effectively would be the equivalent of a royal flush in playing in poker without having to play the millions of hands or thousands of hands you would actually need to play to see a royal flush or have a royal flush in poker, which I've played several PC games that really do have achievements for getting royal flushes, and then there's no actual way to do it without just playing forever, and that's certainly a major waste of time. Right now I'm doing pretty good. I keep passing on this chow because it's already there, and trying to work towards a self-draw if I can. Let's see. So here we have a Kong, and I should play this.
Ooh.
So Kong, that gives you another bonus tile, and now I just need to get rid of one thing here and one thing here. Let's see, 5. I'm gonna pass that. I'm looking for a 2 or a 5 of dots, or whatever these are called, coins. They're probably called coins if I was to guess. Let's see. Pung.
Ooh.
And get rid of this. And get rid of this. And I probably won right there. So we'll see if that gives me a major score. No, it really didn't give me much of a score. Not that it bothered to show the score or anything. Probably because I didn't win and it just ended in a draw. I guess you have to really win. Which is one of those intricacies of scoring that my
じゃあ
ignorance
こっち
is excluded me from knowing. That one. 6, 4, 5. Do I want a 4? No. 5, 6, 7. So I'm looking for a 5 or an 8 here in this tile set. And if I take this 4, what I would be trading is getting rid of either the 7 or the 6. It's probably not a bad idea to get rid of the 7 because we see a 7 here, we see a 7 here. So let's do that. Now I need a 6. And now I'm making sacred discards. Let's see, 5, 6, 7. So, I've got the match here with the 6 of bamboo with the 6 of bamboo. That's the 2 pieces I needed. And then I had a 3 4s, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5. Win. But not wrong. Just win.
嬉しいんだもん
Why not Ron? I don't know. I think it would be called a Ron. But that just was an all simples, which gives me 1 doubles, and 30p times 2 doubles gives me 2,000 points. Not very much here. I'm still very much in second place and would need another 4,000 or so to win, and I didn't win. So that's Mahjong Pretty Girls Battle Schoolgirl Edition, which is just different girls, and that's it. If I played just a different character, it's not going to change my stats or increase my luckiness. And you've got 2 games here that they want you to play at least 100 times to get first place every single time. And that's pretty crazy. You do have to say this is definitely cheap and just a cash grab, that they're going to give you the same game with a different set of girls. I'd hate to be an advocate for DLC because I definitely do hate DLC. But in this rare case, I kind of think DLC would have been the right way to do this. Get Mahjong Pretty Girls originally out and then have a DLC pack for new girls. It would have made a lot more sense. It makes so much more sense to have your records and everything combined into one game, particularly since the games are exactly the same. See, it now says I played 1 game here, but technically I played 2 games of Mahjong Pretty Girls. Just 1 in the main game and 1 in the Schoolgirls edition, which is a completely different thing. Again, it's worth pointing out the girls don't change their outfits. They're not going to get naked. They're not going to do anything. They're just kind of thrown in here for no reason, and just as a cheap cash grab and just to look at. They don't get in the way like in Mahjong Solitaire, and they're not annoying, and the music's not annoying. So on several factors, this is a better game, something tolerable enough to play Mahjong and learn it. It may be better if you have a cell phone to see if you can find a free Mahjong game on your cell phone. That way you can play it on the go. That might be an efficient use of time too. But as far as the Steam versions, these aren't by any means great games, but they do get the job done. They do let you actually play Mahjong. They don't teach you to play Mahjong, and they're not really doing anything special with it, but they do let you play Mahjong, and I guess that's as much as you can do. At the very least, compared to Mahjong Solitaire, I could see myself playing these games for hours and hours and years. I'll never go back and play Mahjong Solitaire because that game, it was just completely done once you've done all the stages. And there's no stages here, no real major goal other than unlocking more girls. And I have half a thought you could probably just go in to the system files here and unlock all the girls pretty quickly by just changing records around. Anywho, that's going to be it for the spotlight of Mahjong Pretty Girls Battle Schoolgirl Edition. There's really nothing in this game that justifies the word battle. They're just trying to separate it from being Mahjong Pretty Girls Solitaire. This is what Mahjong really is. If you ask any person from the East, let's play Mahjong, they're going to expect you're playing this game, not Mahjong Solitaire of tile matching, which is way simpler, more simple of a game. And I wish there was a better Mahjong game out there. I would ask down in the comments if you have any ideas for next year's Chinese New Year. Let me know. Any kind of games to cover, anything to try and celebrate that. It is again a very odd thing that we're playing a Japanese made game to play a Chinese game. It certainly caused me to talk about Japanese and Japan more than China, and that's certainly a weird thing in itself. But anyways, we're done. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. I hope that helps out. If you want to support me further, go to my main YouTube page. On the right is a button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. Also on my main YouTube page is a playlist tab that has a playlist for every game I've ever covered. And there is the subscribe button with the bell that you need to click to see all of my videos when they come out. And then finally, down below in the description box, I have links to all my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, Steam, and Battle.net. Please follow and friend me on all those services as well. Those are good backups, and that helps you get notifications even faster when a video is available. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.